Hey everybody, it's your reaction page today for your crop QVS. It's the R, and again, you have a choice of one or the other. And again, we're just modeling, so you're just kind of watching. The easy version was the one that you just saw me rip right through. It's the one on the homework sheet where you don't have to add the text, you just have that little box to fill in. And the better version is the long version that you're looking at right here, the one where you have to use text, the one where you have to use my format, the one where you have to give support, that takes up almost a full page. This is the one that will get you very ready for middle school and the one that I prefer. But if it's too much for you to take on, please, please, please start with the easy one. But I do challenge you, this is something that you can step up to, and I'd like to see that happen, okay? This week you only have one to do, and it's your choice, and I'm not gonna really assign that till Wednesday, all right? So here with my reaction for the easy version, you can see I have the page number, which is page 53, and I use my support. I talk about Sycorax and Caliban eating all the cream puffs, and Holling bought it, and everyone knows, all of his friends know that it wasn't his fault that those cream puffs got eaten by Sycorax and Caliban. That was Miss Baker's fault, and yet he's the one who gets blamed for it by his friends and by Miss Baker, which is odd because he has good friends. And Miss Baker, we think, likes him, although this is an indication that maybe she doesn't. So you can see, nice and simple. Here's what happened, and here's my reaction. This makes me feel angry, and I've got that very clear. All right, now the longer version that you're looking at here. Again, you can't see it in this, but you start off with where it says crop QVS. You put your date, and today's date is 4/14. You start off again. Today I'm going to share a reaction to the Wednesday Wars. Always have the book title, always underlined by Gary D. Schmidt. And here you can see I give the quote. I talk about them scampering away, and then I move to the quote where Merrill Lee says, "You still owe us cream puffs." MIT says, 10-day, and Danny Hupfer says, "We gave you 3 weeks already, now you have 10 days. It's almost like they planned this out. And then I even give the quote for Mrs. Baker. Even Mrs. Baker turns on him, quote, "Here's another situation where repetition is not a rhetorical virtue. Clean up the mess, Mr. Hood." And then I write, my reaction is anger, and I underline that. I could also underline reaction. It's up to you, but you want to underline that. In yesterday's, I didn't underline prediction, but that's what you should do. And then I talk about what my reaction is. And here you can see that my reaction is anger. Holling has been stressed out all year about the cream puffs. He has to perform in a play for these cream puffs. His friends know that this isn't his fault, and yet they're still holding him accountable. Even Mrs. Baker knows it's her fault, and she is still blaming him and forcing him to clean up the mess. This is why I am angry. So I give my text, I give my support, and I tell what my reaction is, and then I give the detail at why that reaction fits. Okay? You can see it almost takes up a full page. It does take some work, but it is very thorough. The best part about this is what goes on in your head when you practice and train it. Okay? So this, if you choose to do a reaction, is what a reaction should look like in the long version and the short version. I prefer the long version. Thanks for all those who have turned those in. On to the next.